Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. If you're a regular visitor to my channel, then you might remember a video I made back in March about the African Ebola crisis and the potential for a global pandemic. Well, Ebola is back in the news once again, and this time there is a genuine concern amongst health professionals about the potential for Ebola to spill out across international borders and, more worryingly, across the continents. So what is the latest news out of Africa? Well, let's find out. The Ebola crisis in the Democratic Republic of Congo continues to grow, and August the 1st marks the first anniversary for this latest outbreak in Africa. The World Health Organization has more than 600 staff on the ground supporting the local government response to the outbreak, and there's also a growing range of international government and non-government agencies also helping them to try and contain this outbreak. The current outbreak started in rural areas of the Congo in North Kivu and the Ituri provinces. But despite a massive and coordinated effort by numerous agencies, the number of cases of infection has continued to grow, and so too has the death toll. As of the 28th of July, the number of confirmed cases has risen to 2,687, and the death toll has risen to 1,803. This means that the mortality rate for the infection is currently running at an average of 67%, with an average this year of 5 deaths per day. On the 17th of July, the first case was reported in a major city. A man travelled by bus from the rural areas where the infection was prevalent and on into the city of Goma. After a few days in Goma, he was diagnosed with Ebola and subsequently died. This prompted the World Health Organization to declare an international emergency and to request yet more international assistance to help control the spread of the disease. On the 22nd of July, another man who had travelled to Goma from the rural area of Ituri province was also found to be infected. He too has subsequently died. This second case in Goma has caused a major scare in the neighbouring country of Rwanda, whose border lies very close to Goma city. That country has now closed its border completely, though given the nature of the actual border itself, this doesn't actually guarantee that it will stop people from crossing from DRC into Rwanda. As if that wasn't worrying enough, today brings more news out of the Congo. In addition to the 2 separate cases of people bringing Ebola into the city of Goma from the outlying rural districts, it now seems that there's actually been cross-contamination of people within the city of Goma itself. The news today tells us that the man who was the first reported case in Goma actually infected his daughter. She was quarantined and treated immediately, but unfortunately this week she too has died. So there have now been 3 confirmed Ebola deaths in Goma city. So in the past few months we've seen a steady increase in both the infection rates and the death toll. We've seen Ebola spread from the rural areas into a major city, and there's already been 2 reported cases in the neighbouring country of Rwanda. Despite a huge effort by international agencies, the outbreak is nowhere near been brought under control. While we all hope that the infections can be confined to Africa, many of the doctors working in the area are stressing the very real danger and potential for a global pandemic if someone who is infected with Ebola manages to make their way onto an international flight. While the chances of a local person from one of the infected areas doing this are quite low, when you consider the very large number of international aid agency staff who are actually working now in the region, the chances of one of them being infected and getting onto a plane is actually quite high. With this in mind, I'd encourage everyone to keep a very close eye on developments in the DRC and to make sure that you have stocks of both equipment and a plan in place just in case you get a confirmed case of Ebola in your country. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you found something in there that was of use to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button and also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, welcome your comments, questions or suggestions. Just leave them in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think there's a real chance of Ebola going global? Are you getting regular news updates in your country? Let me know in the comment section below. But for now, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.